Welcome back to our series on resilience. And today we're exploring the seventh and final pillar, future planning. So, Virginia, when you think about future planning, what do you think of?
Well, for me, it's about having a sense of direction, setting goals and actively working toward the future that I want to create. So it's an opportunity to at least try to take control of my journey and move forward with purpose.
Exactly. And future planning is all about shaping your life with intention. When you have clear goals and a vision for where you're headed, it becomes a driving force that helps you stay resilient, even when things get tough.
That's so true. Having a plan gives you something to focus on and work toward, which can be incredibly motivating, especially when you're facing challenges.
Absolutely. And the great thing about future planning is that it helps you feel empowered. Instead of just reacting to what life throws at you, you're actively creating your path forward.
Right. But I imagine some people might feel overwhelmed by the idea of planning for the future, especially if they're not sure where to start.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. If future planning feels intimidating, start small. Ask yourself, what's one goal I'd like to achieve in the next week or month or even year? And it doesn't have to be big. It just needs to be something meaningful to you.
Perfect. And once you've identified a goal, the next step is breaking it down into smaller, actionable steps, as we often say. So instead of focusing on the entire journey, focus on the very next step that you need to take.
Exactly. And for example, if your goal is to learn a new skill, your first step might be something as simple as signing up for a class or setting aside 15 minutes a day to practice.
And another great tip is to track your progress. When you see how far you've come, it builds momentum and it reinforces your motivation to keep going.
Oh, yes, it really does. And future planning isn't just about setting goals, it's also about celebrating your progress along the way. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a win.
And what about when things don't go as planned? Hmm.
Well, there's a good question. And part of future planning is staying flexible. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes, or even often, you'll need to adjust your plans. But having a clear vision helps you adapt and stay focused on what matters most.
That's such a valuable reminder. It's not about having a perfect plan. It's about having a plan that guides you while leaving room for growth and change. So remember, future planning is about creating a life that aligns with your values and your aspirations.
True. So here's our question for you. What's one goal you'd like to work toward in the near future? And what's the first step you can take today to start making it happen? See you next time.
See you next time. Thanks.